there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you were here. Today we are debunking another lie, you guys. And I have the receipt. So I was looking back at my old videos because I remember when the whole Black Titanic and Stormi thing happened, right? And it was in May of last year. I believe I did 2 videos on it, right? So you see the screenshots here, right? And Stormi is playing on camera, which would have started filming for this particular season, you know, January. So we're in January-ish, February, in which now Stormi is being shocked that, you know, there's going to be charges on her. And trying to make it seem like this is just an obsessed blogger and all of these things, just doing random stuff to antagonize her. But for whatever reason, people don't want to listen to the audio of the threats that were being made to a content creator. And the people who do not pay attention to the social media stuff, who only watch the show, it's easy to convince them, oh, this is just another millimeter being unhinged, being obsessed, and all of these things. And that's not true. She was threatened, she was recording things, and she got the cops called on her. But now that all of this is being presented again as fake news, now there's going to be consequences. And the other side to the people who don't watch or don't pay attention to the social media stuff is that Stormi is very much active in these YouTube streets and these social media streets. She's very much aware of what is being said about her, right? At all times. Now, whether it's her or her under a burner or whomever, allegedly, she'll see what's happening and what's being said about her, right? And sometimes she'll be in the comments refuting what somebody says or giving several donations to other people via super chats and super thanks, right? That's how she rolls. But then she gets on Instagram and she'll post in her stories, well, I'm not really on social media like that. I really don't pay attention to the negativity. No, you're very much aware. You knew about the warrant since last year. You knew exactly what was happening. But conveniently, you and Marty need a storyline this season. Now it's all coming together. The cast made a pact to all get arrested this season, right? So that they can have a way to get themselves in the news because nobody is talking about them. Because nothing else makes sense to deliberately sit on, you know, your warrants, right? You're going to be notified, right? Or know, at least have some idea that, hey, there's going to be consequences for this. I refuse to believe that you didn't know for almost a year that there was charges put on you and that there was a warrant for you. And it was because you made threats to KILL, a content creator. But again, this is the narrative that Carlos King wants to push. No other reality show is doing this foolishness. You will never see a reality show that is making the Beehive or the Barbs or Barty Gang an entire storyline, you guys, of people that you're never going to see or meet or know, and manipulate the story because you're not going to have the other party tell their side and, you know, refute the type of false narrative you're putting out there. And this is why there's so many content creators now in the Lamh Huntsville sector, because the reality TV episodes that's being displayed to us is not the real that's taking place. You guys are cutting scenes, you guys are cutting context of scenes, and you're painting false narratives. You are making the criminals look like the victims. You are making the perpetrators and the aggressors
look like the victims, and the actual victims are the ones that are being bullied and attacked. And it's because your personal bias, your personal hatred of certain people, you want to take it out on them on these shows? It's disgusting. And I've seen this on other reality TV shows, right? Whether it's a competition show, whether it's a dating show, whatever, right? Is somebody who is beautiful, successful, all of these things, has their stuff going on. These producers and their fellow cast members, they get in their feelings, they get insecure. They get triggered from when they couldn't get with the popular people in high school or middle school or whatever. And so they think, this is my opportunity to get back at all the people who didn't give me a chance back then or who bullied me back then. I'm going to bully you now. I'm going to treat you like crap now. Even if it's you that was responsible for giving me the opportunity in the first place, I'm going to use this platform, I'm going to use this reality show to, the moment the cameras start rolling, I'm going to make your life a living HELL. And I'm just not about that, you guys. I am not about that. Be yourself, be authentic. But don't use your mom, don't use your brother, and all these other people to be attack dogs against somebody that you don't like, right? How come you can't be a grown adult and tell somebody to their face what you really think and what you really feel? Why do you need your moms and your siblings to do it on your behalf? Just like Mel said in Who News Live this morning, is that all of these things that the cast is complaining about Mel behind her back, and the Melimeters and Mel supporters behind her back, they never tell her any of this to her face. They never say any of this stuff to her face. But then they're the same ones who expect Mel to have a meeting and, tell all of her supporters, tell all of the Melimeters to completely shut down and completely be quiet. Meanwhile, everybody else on the other side is allowed to be unhinged, is allowed to do the personal attacks, is allowed to say anything and everything, never have any receipts, never have anything to validate anything that they're saying, but nonetheless, it's the truth because they're quote-unquote the good guys. They're the ones that don't get in any mess, but they have no problem starting mess. They have no problems, inserting themselves in things that have nothing to do with them and playing victim. Why? Why do we have to continue to have the same conversation over and over again? It is not personal, but the problem is production and the cast keeps making this personal because of jealousy, because of insecurity, and all of these things. Again, you guys are literally biting the hand that feeds you. You guys all knew Martel's side chick. You guys all played in Mel's face. You all went to bat for Martel regardless. You even went as far to believe the lies that he was putting out there about Mel and the kids. All because you didn't like Mel and you thought that was an opportunity to have a key at her and make fun of her. And then when all this stuff comes out to be false, and now there's charges, real charges and convictions on Martel, now all of a sudden you want to distance yourself. But you've known for 7 seasons who exactly Martel is, and you didn't care. Because it was long as Mel was receiving the bashing, it was fine. But the moment the spotlight turned on you, because you refused to show your real life, now all of a sudden you're being bullied. Now all of a sudden you're being attacked. Now all of a sudden you're being stalked. But what has been happening for the past several seasons, you guys, is either directly from Martel or directly from your family. You guys have been doing the same thing, and it keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. And instead of taking accountability and having the means to tell your family to stop it, that they're ruining your bag, they're ruining your screen time on the show, they're ruining your opportunity for this show to continue, You decide to deflect and blame somebody else's fan base and play victim. And the thing is that most of the millimeters, of the Mel supporters, you don't even know. And they're not even YouTubers. That's what's so funny. The actual real diehard millimeters are not even on the one social media. They're not on social media at all. The ones that's buying up Mel's stuff or what have you, those aren't the people that are the millimeters that you think that you're speaking of on the show. But see, you've put people into a box that if they've ever said anything and given a critique on an opinion on you that you didn't like, or if they defended Mel about something, you just put everybody into a box and said, oh, everybody's a millimeter. No. Why can't you take accountability for you being messy, for you being divisive, for you causing all of the chaos? Like I said in previous videos, the millimeters, the Mel supporters, the content creators, they're not the enemy. This started with your own families. Like I said, season 1, this started with Maurice's first wife, Kawaya. This started with Maurice and Marceau's brother. Going on lives, exposing their own family. Putting their own family that was on the show on blast. This started with Stormi's mom, who well before she got on the show was randomly attacking Mel for zero reason, never met her, never knew her, and just completely maligning her. And then you guys all congregate in these Facebook groups and talk crap. But then you guys also get on social media and say, "Oh, I don't pay attention to what's happening. I don't follow her on social media." Well, how do you know all of this information if you don't follow her? You follow something. I don't talk to YouTubers. I don't talk to content creators. But you're having R&B parties and all these things at Black with a QUE with a content creator. Like make it make sense to me why everybody's allowed to be, there's double standards, there's lies, there's hypocrisies, and everything you guys are projecting on what you think the millimeters are, the Mel supporters are, and what you think Melody is, you guys started all of this. But the thing is, you never thought that this was going to come back on you. You thought the focus and the spotlight was always going to remain on Martel and Mel's drama for the rest of the show, and you guys could all kiki and continue to laugh at their situation and make fun of it and never have to tell your truth. And then each and every single one of you decided to turn on Mel when you felt it was lucrative to be Team Martel, even if you knew he was in the wrong, and the only other logical explanation is he has your tea too. But it's giving that you're scared of Martel. It's giving that you're afraid of Martel, so therefore you'd rather be friends with him than be his enemy. But at the risk of that, for the sake of that, you've basically ruined your credibility with your own fan bases. You've insulted the intelligence of your own fan bases by aligning with Martel, by trying to make Martel happen, who still cannot make anything happen almost 5 years after this divorce. But you guys go hard in the paint for him, saying protect Martel, we can't send black men to jail, and all of these things. That came from your guys' mouth, giving personal statements to the news, saying, prayers for Martel, and all of these things, making it seem as though he was wrongfully arrested. Making it seem like this was all a big setup, all big conspiracy, when conveniently he decides to quote-unquote turn himself in the first day of filming the show so he has a storyline. And he really thought that he was going to have an opportunity to still have, these back and forths with Mel until all of that got shut down this season. And even still, Mel tried to tell Carlos King in January all of her concerns. She's emotional, she's breaking down, she's crying, that she does not want her ex-husband on this show anymore. She's concerned about the safety of herself and her kids. And instead of taking that to heart, you bring on Sonny and Moses to talk about a situation nobody cares about? Where's the empathy? But then you're the same people who want to talk about Bible verses and Bible quotes and living godly and all these things, but you're literally causing someone else's life a disaster. You're literally blowing up somebody else's life because of your own negativity, your own jealousy, your own insecurity. But you want to get on here and pretend that you guys are the moral police. You guys want to get on here and pretend that you guys are all perfect and one person's the problem. But you leave out all of the information that you cut out that validates their position on things. So that way you guys can continue on and not share your lives with people. And you can continue on and then hide behind, kind of like what Marie started too, is who you feel are quote-unquote the non-biased bloggers, right? The quote-unquote Scott-friendly bloggers, right? And that's not a thing. That's not a thing at all. I don't see any YouTuber that's like, hey, I am team, Scott family. I am team Scott family. I am team Stormi only or whatever. I don't see that. But you guys continue to do this divide and conquer BS in hopes that it deteriorates and decreases support for Melody Cherie Rogers. And I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So you think tearing down YouTubers and content creators, that's going to somehow stop people supporting Mel, when, like I said, a lot of her true fans aren't even the ones that are on social media. Aren't even the ones that are YouTubers. Her real diehard fans are the people who have been rocking with her since the beginning. And know everything that's going on with her since the beginning. They're not on social media 24/7 trying to, get into all this mess. They don't even know half of the mess that's going on. All they care about is their support for Mel, and they follow her updates on what she's got going on. Or they're a part of her email community, or they're a part of her text community, or whatever, to find out things that she has going on. So therefore, they're not sitting here on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter all day talking crap about people. They don't have time. But again, it's okay for you guys to pull all of this, right? It's okay for you guys to present false narratives and make it seem like these content creators are these, awful people that are ruining your lives. But yet, you're the same people who don't want to tell us the real story. So then we have to all get on our platforms and debunk the lies and tell what the actual truth is, and it's exhausting. I've never seen a reality show be so far from reality. And like Martel says, one of the few true statements he's made is the show is fake. And that you guys are all actors. And that you guys are all being told what to say. And like Marceau has said, the show's nothing but a reenactment. Literally, Stormi's trying to reenact a reaction from her, situation with Black Titanic from last year, from May of last year. Now trying to recreate those feelings in January and February of 2024. Can you make it make sense? From May 2023, Stormi now in front of the cameras on January and February of 2024 is trying to convince the audience that all of this stuff is just now happening to her. And that she's completely clueless about any charges being pressed on her or the police being involved. Completely clueless. You guys need to take better acting classes. Because here's the thing, we're going to continue to expose it every day and twice on Sunday, you guys. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.